There are more than 350,000 Taiwanese people currently living in America. These two cultures are very different, which led us to wonder how living in America changes their view on Taiwanese culture. To answer this question, we talked to Nick, Sydney, and Eric, three Taiwanese students studying English and getting their master's degrees in Murfreesboro. We started by asking questions that would start to give us an idea about what parts of Taiwan they missed.
Is there any aspect of Taiwan that you like that isn't in America?
I don't say it.
Which one? What?
Like 锅造饭.
My
Pork
yeah.
rice.
Is there anything that Taiwan has that America should adopt?
Yeah. Bubble tea.
Yeah.
I think the bubble tea quality in Taiwan, in America, is not good.
I think these are some great answers, because if you asked them what parts of Taiwanese culture they thought they would miss the most before they had come to America, they probably wouldn't have answered with specific food or drinks. Next, we wanted to get an idea of what, if any, aspects of American culture they prefer over Taiwanese culture.
What is your favorite food that is in America that is not in Taiwan?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, everyone agrees.
Oh, the chicken is very soft.
Is there anything that you would change about America or Taiwan based on what you've experienced so far?
Taiwanese need to be more confident.
What about America?
Oh, just like he said about DMV.
Yeah.
DMV. Yeah, the system is sometimes is very slow with no reason, I think.
I think that if you ask many Americans what they think is the best aspect of American culture, very few people would say Chick-fil-A or other people's confidence level, although I'm sure many people would agree that the DMV is one of the worst things that America has to offer. Another small thing they missed from Taiwan was KFC's egg tarts. When they got to America, they were disappointed to find that KFC only sold what they found to be not so great chicken. They also found adjusting to the money and dining culture in America to be very difficult. In Taiwan, they said you would go to a restaurant, call the waitress, order, eat, pay, and then leave. In America, they didn't like how the server would keep coming up to the table over and over to make sure everything was okay. They also said tipping is a very confusing thing for them, and they don't know if 10% or 15% is the right amount. Additionally, in Taiwan, tax is included into all the prices, so in America it can be very confusing when you pay more for something than is listed. They also thought it was very strange that no matter where you buy something, you will always get a receipt. I think each one of us took something different away from this experience, so I wanted to give everybody a chance to give their opinion on the subject.
After I interviewed them, I feel like we faced the similar difficulties to adjust to the American culture and live in a new place, but they overcome by improving English and be confident and making a lot of friends. These make them having self-confidence and matured.
In my opinion of reticence, they thought Taiwanese people were extremely quiet and unwilling to speak out during classes. However, after they lived in America and heard how American students behave in classes, their view of Taiwanese personality changed to less extreme. I mean, being quiet is kind of normal thing.
I just wanted to pay my respects towards Eric, Sydney, and Nick because if I were them in their shoes, I would not be able to live away from home like they are from Taiwan and live by myself or with friends in a foreign country without knowing anything about that culture or anything like their language. But props to Eric, Sydney, and Nick because they all speak English pretty fluently, and I was actually amazed by that. So I just want to pay my respects to them because like what the fact that they live here for just 1 year by itself is pretty astonishing.
In the end, it seems to me that living in America has given Nick, Sydney, and Eric a better appreciation for the culture back in Taiwan. In the almost 3 hours that we talked, they mentioned very little about big topics like politics, economics, family, and religion. These things didn't seem so important to them. What they missed most was the simple stuff: ground pork, bubble tea, KFC egg tarts, and the wait at the DMV. I think living in another culture would give anyone from any background a better appreciation for their home culture, as sometimes the little things can be hard to see.